Hi everybody, it's Get Real in the Kitchen with Deanna Olson, and I'm back. I'm a boots on the ground cooking teacher, almost 18 years. And today I am going to show you green gazpacho. So we're going to start out, we're just going to make a recipe that would serve one or two this time. You can make double or triple the ingredients and use a larger food processor. And you can also but I think a small food processor can be very useful. I find a lot of use for it. Let's just start with the ingredients. 1 cucumber for this smaller recipe, and I'm just slicing it like that so it'll just chop up better in the food processor. Depending on the size of the cucumber, maybe we'll just chop this a little more, if you don't mind. You do mind. Okay, well, I'm sorry. So we're getting there. And I did peel that cucumber. I'm part of a scallion. Next, the garlic, and my little pro tip is I'm putting the garlic, when I use a food processor, I'm putting the garlic in a garlic press. That way it is already getting quite a bit chopped up so that it can be incorporated and not end up with a piece of garlic in there. Now a piece of celery. Again, I'm chopping this up so that it can just kind of fit in there. And half a cup of, okay, well, let me tell you what happened. I go to the store, and this puppy, this gorgeous thing here, which was whole, had a big sticker on it that said, "I'm a honeydew melon." So I bought it. Brought it home. It's a cantaloupe, but they're so similar, so that's why it's a little bit orange, but to keep it all green, you could use honeydew melon or cantaloupe. But it's great to know it works with cantaloupe. Who knew? Then some Marcona almonds. And you know, you can just use regular almonds. And some Greek yogurt, which makes it very nice and healthy. Is this all going to fit in here? It did in rehearsal, you know. Juice of a lime, half a lime. And then for our herbs and spices and a little sweetener, this is half a teaspoon of honey, but you could just use a squirt out of the bottle, that sort of thing, you know, so you don't have to go to that much trouble. And 1/4 teaspoon of fresh dill, and if you are going to use dry dill, which would be just fine, you just might want to use a little bit less. And some salt, the 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And just a shot, you don't want to go overboard on the white pepper for this amount. So a little under an 1/8 teaspoon. And that's all together now. We have liftoff, and I'm just too excited. I have to look in here and see how it's doing. Just needs a little more blitzing, but looking good. So it is actually done and ready. So the first thing we're going to do is taste it. And just great with a drizzle of olive oil over the top. And depending on, see that drizzle of olive oil? I didn't do a very good job with that. But could be a lot prettier. And then another thing is, like, say you're going to serve it with salmon, which I will talk about that in just a minute. You could put some nice dill on top as a garnish. So I'm going to do that with what's in here. And let's just see how that tastes. We want to see if we can get a thumbs up or... Meanwhile, I am going to taste some of this myself. I'm getting a thumbs up. That is delicious. So is this dinner? Yeah, there's a couple things you can do to make it a whole meal because you've already got all these vegetables in it. Maybe you have some rotisserie chicken, you could serve it with that. Or maybe it's good to go with any kind of seafood. So if you have some fish or some salmon, which salmon goes with dill, that could be, you may have some garnish for whatever you're making on the side. And if you just want to go with like a couple of hard-boiled eggs and make it simple, you could have the gazpacho and a couple hard-boiled eggs, and you've got dinner. So I thank you for looking over at the gazpacho tonight. This is please don't forget to subscribe because next time we're going to do pickles. Homemade pickles, yeah. And remember, when you're a cooking teacher, you just have to start in with people walking in the door in the condo kitchen and go right through. There's no stopping. So this is live from Denver, and see you next time.